Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is the channel of T. Marie Tarot and this is my first video. I'm so excited to have you here. Just a reminder, I don't do personal readings, so if somebody slides in your DMs, that is not me. Or if somebody comments saying there's a personal reading out, that's not me. And also the easiest way to support my channel is by watching the ads, and I appreciate you being here. This reading is going to be about the next 6 months for you, and you can pick one of these 3 decks to get your reading. The first deck is the Ace of Wands, and the next one is the 3 of Acorns or the 3 of Wands, and the third deck is the 6 of Cups. And then after that, we are going to hear some messages from the Isis Oracle, so from Isis herself. It's going to be fun. And thank you for tuning in. Skip to your part in the video for your reading. Bye. Hello, if you are in this part of the reading, you have chosen the Ace of Wands from the movie Tarot, and this is going to be your reading about the next 6 months. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll just put Bruce Lee up here. Oh, you have a lot of energy. Your cards are jumping out already. Let's see if Spirit wants to say anything else for now. I love this deck so much. I use it all the time. Lots of energy from you. This is amazing. Oh, whoa. All right, Spirit. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I see a lot of mental clarity coming your way. I see a lot of mental and spiritual clarity, but it's going to start with the mental first, and then it's going to lead into spiritual. So these are good things coming up for you in the next 6 months. And this clarity is very good because we have the moon here, and we know that that can be kind of like meaning that you're in a situation where you're unclear about something. Maybe you're unclear about the future because this is a 6-month reading, so maybe you're not sure about what's going to happen soon. But the Knight of Swords is coming in to say, you know, you are going to get some clarity and you're going to feel better spiritually, and you're going to be moving forward with force, especially with the Ace of Wands. New beginning, new opportunities for you, new energy. You know, Bruce Lee was an excellent fighter, and that's because his mind was clear before he fought. His mind was clear while he was training. His mind was clear during the fight. It's all about centering yourself and being quiet and looking inward for that peace and stillness, that meditation and that clarity that will really help you out in the next 6 months. Yeah, things are really changing for you. This is a time for big change for you. Not just mentally, but also financially. And it is something that you have been looking for, and it's been hard for you to find it, but it is something that you've been looking for, and it is something that you can look forward to. So there's some really big changes for you. And I just feel like something saying it's only a matter of time. So if you're worried, if you have some mental anxiety, if you're afraid to start something, start a course, start a class, start something that will enrich your mind and your spirit, you don't have to be so afraid to start that. You know, you can go forward with this, and it's going to bring you a new situation in life. It's going to turn the tables for you as long as you do this consistently. I keep thinking of like the hands on the clock ticking. It's like consistency, one step at a time, and it will turn out for you. I mean, with the Knight of Coins, that's just what it's really talking about, is having that patience and consistency and moving forward and not losing track of what's in front of you, not losing sight. So if you need to hear that, I hope that these are words of encouragement for you, because it's really important to keep believing in yourself as you're moving forward, as you're moving through life. Yeah, it's almost like this New Year's resolution feeling, or it's like it's just a new energy. In the collective, there's been a lot of energy about newness and moving forward, and trying something different and changing your life, like a complete 180, just totally changing your life. So if you want something, go get it. Because whatever education that you receive or anything that you do to enrich your mind, like meditation or education, it's going to clear things up for you. But if you stay stuck in this energy, then the fortune's not going to be in your favor. So whatever you're looking for, it's going to be assisted by you making those concrete choices to move forward in your life. And you're backed up by so much energy. I mean, the Ace of Wands being represented by Bruce Lee here, that's insane. That's a lot of energy. Just saying, like that's great. So what I'm feeling is that once you start moving, the energy and the momentum will pick up, and you'll feel better and better about what you're doing going forward. Yeah, so I feel like don't worry whatever this is, but I feel like it's leaning towards education for some of you, or a trade if you're looking for a career change. And I do want to say that if you are looking to get into a trade or something like that, don't let society make you feel like that's not prestigious enough, or like that's not good enough, because cutting hair is valuable. For example, being a plumber is valuable. Being an electrician is valuable. Whatever you want to do, that's a trade for you. Being a tarot reader, whatever you want, it brings value to other people in your own way, and it will bring value to you. So I really feel like you need this kind of like pep talk where you're, and you realize that whatever you do is going to bring value to you and the people around you, and don't mind what other people are saying. Don't mind what they're saying. I almost feel like someone's a little bit actively deceptive with you. Like maybe they're being a little bit manipulative or hiding their feelings about certain things. If they're hiding their feelings, that's okay. Let them be quiet while you work on you. But if they're actively deceiving you, then I would say confront them about it. Just cut through the crap. Just cut through it. Just confront them about it and say, look, this is what I perceive. This is how I feel. Can we have a talk about this? Like, what is going on? What is really on your mind? And that might help clear up some energy that you need to clear up in order to move forward, to move past this point. Yeah. So I say no worries. I feel like there's a little bit of stuck energy, but whenever you find something out, you can do something about it. So no worries here. Now we're going to hear from Isis. And I just love Isis. I love her so much. She has such good messages. Stay true and be in your power. What did I just say? Or Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. So stay true and be in your power. Be in your power. Whatever decisions that you need to make mentally, spiritually, physically, make those decisions. I would almost say go watch a Bruce Lee film just because, and pick up on some of his energy. That forward-moving energy, it translates over time, through time. It's all collective. It will come to you when you ask for it, when you ask for assistance. And I have her book here. Let me see. Stay true and be in your power. Yeah, stay true and be in your power. What have you really got to lose? What you're going to lose is the status quo. That's for sure. 65. Okay. You are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life or others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be this lifetime. There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from illusory shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. You shall awaken from testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. Yeah, this is so you. This is so you. So this is super long, but I really think that we got the gist of it. I'll just read a little bit more. Of course, there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it, guard it, and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exert influence over you. Oh my gosh. When others seek to exert influence over you. I lost my place because I got so excited. I lost my place. For their own reasons, or when you are being manipulated out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice, instead of believing that things just are the way that they are and you cannot question or query. Sometimes during such challenges, to wield the crook and flail to exert one's own spiritual authority requires that you stand your ground and remain true to your knowing. This is not about achieving a certain outcome or attempting to control something or someone or even forcing things to be as you wish they could be. Standing your ground means always telling yourself the truth and not selling out or giving away something that has genuine spiritual truth and meaning for you. It is not about making another see things the same way. It is about honoring your own truth, and if your truth is wise enough to include compassion, then honoring the other, even when the other disagrees with you or seeks to harm you out of their own fear. You do not have to challenge another in order to honor your truths and inner authority. If you feel that another has to agree with you in order for your authority to be intact, then it isn't genuine inner authority at all. The fact that you don't need to have the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life can be a liberating realization. You don't need permission from anyone. All you need is your own personal power and your own thought and your own mind. I love sword cards. I love the sword suit because it's not just about intellect. Sword is air, and air is the closest physical representation we have to spirit. And so for some people, their mind is their path to spirituality. Their learning, their logic, their journey is their path to a higher spiritual understanding. So I'm happy for you. I think it's all going to work out just fine. Just stay true to you and stay on the path. Stay on the path with consistency. All right. Okay, so that is all I'm getting for your reading right now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you have a great next 6 months, and please keep these messages in mind. And also, please remember that ads are the easiest way to support my video, so please take a look at them, and have a great day. Hello, Pile 2. If you're here, then you have chosen the 3 of Acorns, and this is the Spirit Song Tarot. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this beautiful draft up here. And let's go ahead and get your cards. And after this, we will hear some words from Isis herself. See if she has any enlightening things to say to us. I feel like asking you all how you're doing, but Yeah, I'm on one side of the camera and you're on the other. So this is the Chariot, discipline and determination. And we have the Tower, release and revelation. I love this deck so much. It's so psychedelic and fun. Oh my gosh. And we have the Six of Shells, sentiment and joy. And then we have the Nine of Acorns, power and perseverance. I think that's kind of upright-ish. Came out kind of sideways. Okay. Anything else from a spirit? Anything else for pile 2? I think we got one coming out here. Okay. And then the Five of Feathers, strategy and resilience. Okay. I love this deck because I feel like it's extra positive and it's kind of psychedelic, and that makes me happy. So for your next 6 months, there is definitely a release of past going on here. A release of past history that will be required in order to move forward. So I kind of feel like something's really breaking down. And for some of you, something in the physical world is really breaking down physically. And you, in order to prepare for and meet that challenge, you'll need to release something from your past. Yeah. And by the way, the acorns here is wands in this deck. Because you have a lot coming for you in the future. You do. You have a lot that's on the horizon, that's potentially on the horizon for you in the next 6 months. But there's this thing of resisting change. Because we have this Chariot in reverse. I feel like that's just a resistance to change. I think something's moving slowly. It's like you're hanging on to something in your past, like somebody slighted you. I almost feel like this is a parent or a guardian situation where they might have slighted you or treated you unfairly, or just they were just a bad parent sometimes, you know? They were just not very good. And it's super, super hard to let some of that go. What I do recommend is a meditation by Louise Hay. And she has this incredible meditation where you speak to your inner child and then you speak to your parent's inner child. And it doesn't have to be like your biological parent, but it can be that guardian or that person who, you know, who was supposed to be there for you, supposed to take care of you properly, but they didn't do a very good job. And it's a really, really good meditation because it leads you to a place of forgiveness and release and letting go. It really assists with that, and it really helps you to see how they were when they were children and how life affected them and how that brought them to who they are now. And that will be the biggest assistance in helping you to get from this blocked energy to something that is free and something that will help your career and help your friendships and help your life. I'm really seeing like a lot of entrepreneurial energy here, which is so awesome. But you know, some things are going to be falling down to make room and to allow growth for other things. Yeah, I feel like there was, you know, maybe like some deception, maybe some trickery, or just like distrust, a lot of distrust. Could be even some shame. But Spirit is saying you can move forward, you can persevere, you are made to get to this next level. You're made to get to the next level. You can do this. This is not something that was given to you just to watch you fail. You're not meant to fail. You're just not meant to fail. And if you need support, Spirit is always behind you 100%. You can always pray. Like this panther is very spiritual to me. I was just watching a show where it was saying how black cats are more like gateways to the other side. They're not bad luck, they're gateways. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, because I had a black cat and he died, and I have dreams about him after he passed on, and he sent me messages in those dreams. So it's a really big sign. Maybe you do have a cat, maybe you're a cat lover, but it's a really big sign that the spirit is it's always there to have your back. Like, it always supports you. It's always there. Just ask, meditate, pray, exercise. Sometimes when we exercise, our minds clear. We get some fresh air outside. Mental health walk. Our minds can clear up, and that can be really good for us. Yeah, you don't need to hang on to what they did, because we're all children of God, and we're all here trying to learn. And Earth is a hard place to be. Earth is a hard place to live in, and it's a hard place to be. And don't beat up on yourself for not being totally emotionally balanced and healthy. Don't beat up on yourself for that. And don't beat up on yourself for not forgiving. If you have a hard time coming to a place of forgiveness, don't beat up on yourself for not letting go either. Just forgive yourself. Be gracious with yourself. Give yourself some grace. And the kinder you are to yourself, maybe the more you will be able to see how you're able to forgive and release some of this past pain. Because the kinder you are to yourself, the less you want to hang on to anything that feels really negative. Because it's not helping you, it's hurting you. It's really hurting you. I feel like you have big dreams for the future. I feel like you've got really big dreams for financial independence, for travel, for stability, for your family. You've got some really big dreams, and there's that energy block that grabs you. Go through the steps and find help to get assistance with letting this go, because I want the best for you. I think people deserve to see their dreams fulfilled. They deserve it. So let's get some words from Isis, the goddess Isis. This is the Isis Oracle. Let me show you. And she's just killing the game because she's so beautiful. And I just feel like I gotta put this on here. This is the Dove of Peace. Got it from a museum. You can even have something like this in your pocket, or rose quartz or something, just to help ground you, and help remember what your mission is, part of your mission, which is to release and let go and forgive and be happy. You're here to be happy, okay? You deserve it. So let's get something from Isis, the Lady of the Hour. Goddess of 10,000 names, Isis, endless emanations of the priestess. Okay, let's read this book. Let's see what she has to say. Goddess of 10,000 names. Page 66, that might be a number for you, like a synchronicity. Okay. Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the goddess of 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them, beloved initiate. As a vast being, you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. And that is amazing, because as you release things, you're not just releasing this past person, you're releasing a past version of you when you let go and forgive, so that a new version of you can rise up and be reborn. Just like the Lady Isis, you are a multifaceted, multidimensional being. It is most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that may have once held great importance for you or others relating to you. It does not mean that you must cease to relate to that name or role, more that you are realizing it is only a part of you, and there is even more of you wishing to express itself now. The roles you are needing to move beyond might be mother, executive, healer, good person, strong person, always in control, daughter, teacher or guru, grandmother, and so on. There is nothing wrong with these roles, and you may still express part of your vast self through such roles, but you are at a significant point in your inner development where you are learning that these are not who you are, but simply expressions of the eternal, endless self, uncontainable by any human descriptions. It can be tricky to avoid getting stuck in roles that others prescribe for you or expect of you, and yet your self-definition I can talk today. Your self-definition will become wider, and your experience of yourself will be more real and fulfilling if you are open to discovering more of you beyond the person you have considered yourself to be up until now. For this to happen, you must be willing to allow the many and varied facets of your being, your 10,000 names, to begin to emerge in your awareness, to realize that you are more than you currently imagine yourself to be. This opens up tremendous freedom of choice and possibility in life. This can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Trust that the self is, in essence, divine love, and there is great joy in its unfoldment, even if there are challenges to let go of the fears that have held us trapped in certain roles and identities at times. The call to let go of old identity is very strong, leading you to this oracle at this time, when a new, more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity awaits you. Any fear or struggle that you go through to allow this to happen, beloved, will be spiritually repaid to you, multiplied in so many ways. There's nothing to lose except old limitations, and so much wonder and joy to be gained. I mean, yes, like this is what you can gain. This is in your future. The 3 of Acorns, foresight and exploration, entrepreneurship, money, a good name for yourself, freedom. Isis has spoken. So embrace that you have 10,000 names. Embrace that you have a new you coming up. You have a new you coming forward from this tower situation. Something is going to break down. Maybe something's going to break. And you'll have to be reborn from it. And it could just be the breakdown of the person that you were, or it can be something actually physically crumbling in your physical experience, like the loss of, gosh, I don't know, it could be property, it could be anything. But I don't want you to fear anything, because Spirit does have your back, and that's the most important thing to remember. So anyway, that is all that I am getting for you today, and thank you so much for watching. The easiest way to support my channel is to watch the advertisements, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you are here, you have chosen pile 3 and the 6 of Cups with the Modern Witch Tarot. Is that what it's called? Modern Witch Tarot? Anyway, most of us already know this deck. It is the very modern version of the Smith deck. I'm getting my words all messed up today. Anyway, it's the modern version of the traditional deck, and it is gorgeous. So, 6 of Cups right here. Let's pull some cards for you, and after this we will hear from Isis, the goddess. Ooh. I love the Hermit. It's just a personal preference for me. I just love the Hermit card because I am kind of a hermit myself. I love rainy days and staying inside and cozying up. Ooh. Okay, Spirit, that's a lot of cards. Okay. Wow. It all came out. Cool. Okay. Alright, so you chose the Six of Cups. It's a very tender card. It's very sweet. Okay, so we've got the Hermit, the Ten of Swords, the High Priestess, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse. So for the next 6 months, I feel like you're afraid that if you stay on this journey of going inward and kind of being alone and looking inward, that you might suffer. That you might suffer in some way. Like you won't be successful, or you'll be too defensive and cut people out of your life. I think it's really important to embrace who you are. If you're an introvert, more power to you. Embrace that part of you. Don't let others around you make you feel guilty for being who you are. And that's just the way your brain is wired. That's the way that you are. It's okay. I feel like there's a lot of social pressure to be more extroverted than we actually are. And I think that you're a very spiritual person. So over the next 6 months, I really do see your spirituality increasing, because you're very inward looking and very introspective. Yeah, I see your spirituality increasing a lot over the next 6 months. And I see maybe a business starting for you starting a business and using your wisdom to run that business. So I'm not saying it's necessarily a spiritually based business. It could be, but it is something that you're using your intuition and your gut in order to guide, not necessarily run. Of course, using your brain to run it, but using your gut to guide it. And there's just a fear that you won't be successful. And there's a fear of disappointing other people or cutting people out of your life if you go on your path. But I'm saying be yourself. Let the freak out, whoever you are, you know. It's very kind of like the lesson that Aquarius gives us is to just be ourselves. And you know, one thing that could really assist you, I think, is hopping online and taking one of those MBTI tests. I think they're called like Myers-Briggs test, where you get the 4 letters of your personality type, and it tells you what your strengths are, and it tells you things that you could work on. So it's really, really useful in that regard. And there are like a million YouTubers who make videos just about that, like just about that subject. And you'll see like in the comment section that you're not the only one who can relate to this sort of personality type that you are. And you're not the only one. It's, you know, maybe you do need a little bit of confirmation from outside a little bit to just help you be like, oh yeah, I'm not so lonely and I'm not so weird. Yeah, and I feel like you're trying to let a part of your past self die. Like you're trying to let go of your past self that has bad habits, bad patterns, negative energy. You're like trying to release it just by letting it go. And you're going inward to do this. But sometimes outside distractions can be a bit much. You know, sometimes we just worry about others and we worry about what they think. You know, it's just kind of the way that it is. But, you know, like I said before, when you learn about your personality type and who you are, you can learn to kind of let those go. And then you'll learn to flip this 6 of Wands upright. Because you'll be focused. You'll have your energy focused on your betterment and what you're doing. And you won't be so worried about being judged. I just really feel like you don't have to worry about blocking people out and if you feel defensive sometimes, it is because you are concerned about how other people feel, and that's okay to be concerned about how others feel. Like, that's fine, you know. But if you feel defensive, I get defensive too. Take a deep breath, let it go, you know, just relax, and then answer with a clear thought. Answer with clarity and strength in your gut about who you are. Yeah, it's okay to be yourself. I almost feel like we fixed it. Like, I feel like we talked it out and we got through this, because I do see success for you. I feel it for you. I feel it, and I think that that's something that you have been really wanting and holding in your heart for a long time. And it can bring about really good relationships, like a lot of past healing with either, I'm getting like boyfriends or partners, past healing with family. There's a lot of past healing going on, past relationship healing. And when people see how successful you are, when they see how well you're doing, they're going to come around. I feel like you have good people in your life. And you will be admired for what you do. So the next 6 months can be really, really powerful for you. As long as you focus on yourself and your success, the next 6 months can be very powerful. This is kind of reminding me of something else. It's reminding me of this deck, which I almost never use. It's only major arcana, but I pulled it out because I had a feeling today. I had a feeling when I pulled your cards. So, let's see. And it's only major arcana. So let's see what advice that this might have for you. There we go. The Star. The time of your renewal is approaching. By being brave enough to choose the riskier roads, you will inspire those around you. What did I just say? You will inspire people around you. So the people around you that you're worried about how they feel, and you're worried about being yourself, if you go on this enterprise, whatever it might be, you will inspire people around you. You don't have to worry about those people or what they think so much, because they're there for you 100%, and they feel like you have a support system that is really good. You don't have to be afraid. And is this a group that I said Aquarius energy? Yes. And the Star is Aquarius energy. Oh my gosh. See, like, you can't, like, you can't make this up. You can try. Okay, now let's hear from Isis. Sister Isis, what have you got to say for us? Anything? Oh, I always have the deck upside down. Stay true and be in your power, Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. I got this for pile 1, so maybe go to pile 1 and see what's up with that, because the readings are actually kind of similar. But yes, stay true and be in your power. Be yourself. Be the person who you're meant to be. I'm going to put that here. Actually, I don't really know what that looks like. Yeah, I'll put it here. Be the person you're meant to be. It's okay. So let me see. Let's read. I read this in the first reading, but I'm going to read it again because I will. Okay, 165. Okay, so you are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life or others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be in this lifetime. There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from illusory shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. you shall awaken from the testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. So, yeah. Isis is saying that so there's possibly people around you testing you. I do want to say that if you feel like somebody's testing you, they are under the impression they're doing it for your own best interest, and they have their own anxieties about the path that you should take in life. They have their own worries and fears based on their experience, and that is valid and that is fine. But you know, you got your own intuition here. Like, you got your own gut feeling that you're following, and I think that's very brave. And obviously you have the support of our lovely Isis, Lady Isis over here. And you do ultimately have the support of the people around you too. Whether or not you feel like they're kind of testing you and kind of like pushing you into a defensive mode. Yeah, they could be kind of like bugging you a little bit and make you feel a little bit defensive, but it's just because they do love you. They do want the best for you, and what they think is the best for you is the path that they have taken in life. So it's based on their history and their path, and they're not seeing that people like you, who are unique in your own way and not interested in following the status quo, can be successful. They don't see that right away, but you can make them see it. Like the Star card is coming out to say that you can inspire people to see who they are and or not who they are, but what the possibilities are for them or for other people. If you have some difficulty letting go of your past self, because I really feel like the 10 of Swords is about being so done with life that you just kind of like collapse and space out, and you let like the old version of yourself just go, like being so done that you just surrender and let it go. And so it's the end of a cycle. And if you have issues with that, I always recommend stepping into the renewal phase of it by going for walks and by listening to music that's really good for you and really positive, and just getting rid of the negative self-talk. If you're on Instagram a lot, which I guess a lot of us are, following people who are on a spiritual path too and who are positive as well. You don't need to be following like celebrity gossip or politics or anything negative that's going to bring you down. It's like you have full permission from Team Marie Tarot. You have full permission to let go of anything negative, even if you feel like you should be paying attention to it, like politics, opinions. You have permission, not just from me, but from Isis and the Star. So I hope that reading helped. Thank you so much for watching. That is all that I'm getting for now. Please remember, the easiest way to support my channel is to watch the advertisements. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.